Sorry, I was circling there a little bit. The internet. Don't do me now. Don't do. Right when I get back home, Cox. Don't mess with me right now. Don't mess with me. Well, welcome to Post Sports Radio, NCAA Net Profit. It's Tuesday, March 29th. I'm glad to be back home, Max. A little under the weather. I hope I don't have COVID. We got a few guys down there, San Antonio, that are not feeling well right now. But man, I was glad to get home last night. I'm glad to see back here, back on screen with you. I can't wait. We are going to get in the Final Four talk, but we have NIT. But a real bummer, Max, to hear the news, no more NIT at Madison Square Garden, maybe. Kind of a bummer. But two great games today. Your Bonnies are on the slate. But before we get into those, we'll hit the chat in a minute. Shout out to everyone being here. Thanks for supporting us. How are you doing, my man? Like I said, it's good to see you. Thanks for holding it down while I traveled and everything. I appreciate you. But what's going on? How hyped are you tonight for your Bonnies?
I'm borderline psychotic. I'm having psychotic rage right now where I'm trying to control the words that come out of my mouth on this show. Because plain and simply, if you went to Xavier, I hope that you get hit by a bus. I hope you fucking get irreparable damage to your legs and arms. I hope that if you're of the male fucking gender, that you fucking get irreparable fucking ED issues. And I just hate Xavier so much today. I don't even know what to do. I could just smash this mic up against this computer screen, smack this fucking dirty bong off the table. I don't give a fuck, Connor. All I care about is the fucking Bonnies going into MSG where they will have Bonnie Nation behind them and they better fucking win.
I love it. I love the enthusiasm. It should be a good one. Good one. Let's get into that game in just 1 second. But first, let me give a quick shout out to the chat. I'll hit them up again. Obviously, we're not going to have a real long show. We're going to have a ton of time, Max, to really break down these Final Four games. And obviously, we'll have a couple more, whoever the winner of this game is tomorrow. So, shorter shows, but we got to kind of dissect these games a little bit more and talk about them. But shout out to the chats. Glad to be back home. I'm glad I had a great time in San Antonio. And shout out to our guy Slaughter. Did an amazing job. Right now, he's not feeling too well. I hope he's getting better.
Someone send
To
him a
everything
lady
down
of the
South
night,
Town.
Connor, someone send him a lady of the night. Get him a fluid extraction. That's the fucking cure to all ailments in life. Fluid
Even
extraction.
COVID? Even if he has COVID?
Then get a fucking healthcare professional to fucking wear proper PPE and go extract those fluids.
Well, I'm sure if he, I'm sure if he is sick, let's say, and yes, he does, is not doing well. As soon as he gets better, get a one right over there and get the fluids extracted, because right when you get after you're sick, you feel really good. You start feeling good, and that's right when the time when fluids need to be extracted. But shout out to the chat. Hit the like button for me. You don't want me enraged. You don't want me turning into the Hulk, as Max says. So Eric, what's going on? East Woodmore, Polly Walnuts, Peanuts, what's going on? Ick Schnizzle, shout out to my guy, Ick Schnizzle. Dude, much respect to my guy. Yeah, when he comes out to Vegas, we're going to have a little round of golf. I'm sure plenty of beers and a few blunts will be on the golf course. But what a guy. Had a great time with Ick Schnizzle, man. He was great. He was good on the mic, too, karaoke. Shout out to Ick Schnizzle. And, man, Babano is the real deal. You should. We got some videos up on Twitter, but hopefully we'll put some up on YouTube here too. And you got to hear his flow on all these great '90s rap songs we were ripping through. Ron Lofton, Bill McHugh, what's up? Friendly, how you doing, my man? Okie, what's going on? Know something? Colorado Bull, great to see you. G Martinez, Dr. Jekyll, TCATL, AJN, what's going on? Kenny V, D Mac, D Mick. Jiggity Mac, Sam Calmer, Gerald Jones, Kenny V. Sorry, I'm a little under the weather, Max. I need you to take this over, and let's get right to it. St. Bonaventure, Xavier, Madison Square Garden, NIT semifinals. This total opened at 142. It is 139. I agreed to this under as well. I even think there's still value at 139. Your Bonnies, 1.5 point favorites, played really close games, Max, as of late. Can they do it one more time and win?
Listen, I think that there's a good precedent for the Bonnies to go in and win this game. I think location wise, sightline wise, they are going to have the edge. Playing in that freaking historic, beautiful building can inspire some crazy performances. I've watched my Yukon Huskies turn that trick many times. And I'll say this, with Xavier, my issue with them is going to be what's the stance of Paul Scruggs? How is their ball facilitation going to be early on in the game? Or are we going to see a heavy scoring uptick in the second half like we saw last time out? We are seeing an 8 to 10 point difference between their first half and second half scoring output. So we are seeing good halftime adjustments being made. And with personnel like Adam Kunkel on the lineup, you're going to need him to have a good shooting performance. This is a guy that obviously is playing starter minutes, is getting a chunk of the action when it comes to the offense. And with him and Jack Nungy, they can really be an effective 1-2 tandem versus this St. Bonaventure backcourt. Now, the thing with the Bonnies defense is they rely on being able to close out, being able to really not have to cover a lot of ground, but not give you those driving lanes. And with Kunkel, he's really going to challenge that style of defense because of his quickness, because of his ability to go so strongly to his right-hand side. And with Jack Nungy, we've seen it all year. I don't know where this player was at Iowa, but this is a guy that is definitely confident. You can see that he's a man playing against boys. And if my Bonnies want to have a chance to win this game, they got to contain these two guys tonight. Now, we know that Quadri Adams has traveled with the team, is going to be available tonight. That really helps, having that backup guard to come off the bench and spell either Lofton or Holmes or Welsh. I just think that at the end of the day, Connor, this is a group that has to get off to a good first half start. They can't be down by more than 5 points. They have to keep Xavier in that 30 to 27 to 32 point range. If they get into that 34 to 37 point range, Bonnies will be down more than a handful at halftime. On the offensive side, we know that the Bonnies struggle with making shots early, so we're going to need to see that happen, and that is key from the three-point line. Open up the defense, play your tempo, and shorten the style of the game. Bonnies don't want to get into a freaking shootout. They don't want to get an up and down game. Xavier wants to. We've seen the production amp up. And it's going to be a battle of paces. And I think my guys are coming out on top. So let's fuck with our eyes open.
Yeah, you talked about for Xavier, Scruggs out. Nungy's been really, really good. And why I agreed to this under, unders at MSG have always been big in this tournament, in this, in the arena, NBA arena. And both teams don't shoot well from three. You mentioned it, St. Bonaventure 6, it's like 298. They only took 582. That was 287. I was going through those stats today. I think free throws will be key here. And you got to talk about Holmes, who's been so good, Max, for St. Bonaventure. He's got to keep playing well. Yeah.
I would actually even say that he snapped out of his slump, because there was about a 6 or 7 game period where he had lost confidence in his shot, and his teammates really instilled that back into him. And now we're seeing the fruits of that labor.
Definitely. He's played well for St. Bonaventure. Hey, they just seem like a team on a mission. I mean, I think they should travel well. I mean, in New York, I know they're on the other side there, but just be a few hours. It should be St. Bonaventure.
Oh,
I mean, both teams will travel, but it should be more Bonaventure there. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, there's the dude with the freaking beer hat that he wears. You ever seen that big big kid?
Yes, I've seen that dude. Yeah.
Yeah. He'll be at the game, and if he's at the game, that means a win. I don't know that motherfucker's name. I want to be friends with him. I want to fucking send him a lady of the night. And as long as he doesn't crush her, and he allows her to fucking ride cowgirl, then everything will be okay. I'm not going to be responsible for a lady of the night being, I don't know, suffocated, killed by a big boy.
So. That would just be, law would be broken there. Yeah.
That would
Don't let
not
that
good
happen.
laws. Yeah, not good laws.
Yeah.
Bad laws. Bad.
Not good laws at all. So yeah, Holmes, 15 points in all 3 road games. St. Bonaventure gone on the road and won big. So I like them too. Close games too. This could be close. Someone mentioned just in the chat, Jake, Xavier +4. I mean, I guess you're looking to tease here a little bit. I think the game will be close. I mean, obviously Max on St. Bonaventure going to win huge here, but I don't know if that happens. That's why I like the under a little bit. Xavier though, or Xavier, sometimes, sorry, my slip there, Max, sorry, a little out of it. Xavier, they've played to the over though. Defensively, I know their numbers are okay. But with a team like Bonaventure, I think it'll be slow enough where this number at 140 is okay, that it could stay under. And hey, if not, I got to go off all my stats and what I'm looking at here. But shout out to Jay Peasy up in here with the $5 dono. We be pubbing. Shout out to my guy. He likes Texas A&M. We're going to get to that in 1 second, but let's get to everyone else. My guy, Nicky Fish Tanks in the house, toughing it out. How are you doing, my man? How is the liver? Get plenty of water in you, my man. Dan Kelly up in here. Great to see you. Billy Brisbane, my guy, Willie Beeman. Never a dull moment. Willie Beeman up in the crib. Still there in San Antone. Nilo, what's going on, my guy? Shout out to everyone in the chat. Hit the like button for me. I'm back home. I'm glad to be with Max. I'm feeling like a little shitty, but you know what? I feel a lot better. I got good sleep. I got a lot good sleep. I'm feeling better. I was feeling haggard there at the end. At the end of the day yesterday, I was a Dundee. But all right, Max. I like the under there. Even at 139. I got 140. There's a 139.5 here at South Point. Most places though 139 is this total. I know it's missed the opening number here. Our show's a little bit later, but it is what it is. And I hope the Bonnies win. Yeah, it's up to you. What do you think, Max? Just take the money line here. I mean, with the one in the hook here.
Yeah, I would just take.
I would too. That's the only time I would. Usually is like when it's like this. I'm not a big. Yeah.
Conor, we're at the end of the season. It's not like you got to be freaking worrying about your closing line value that you're getting at this point.
I totally agree with you there.
And if you are, Conor, stop sniffing Ritalin. Fucking Ritalin sniffers out there, bro. Hey, so many of them.
To Ritalin sniffers everywhere, don't do it. That's not a good drug. Don't get it don't give it to your kids either. That's like an 80s, 90s thing. All right, we don't need to be talking about that. Let's get to basketball, Max. Let's get to Washington State, Texas A&M, my guy here. A&M, 3 straight wins, all at home. Obviously, we thought this team could have been a tournament team. But Washington State went into BYU. Everyone liked BYU. BYU, great record at home and whipped that ass. If this team is hot from 3, Max, they could win here tonight. Similar, this total has taken a huge hit. Open 136. It's come down to 132.5. Some 132s now. And A&M is a 1.5 point favorite. Take it away in game 2 of the semifinals at MSG NIT. Go.
Yeah, listen, I think that when we talk about this Texas A&M team, they are playing with, I guess, a chip on their shoulder, thinking that they deserve to be somewhere that they're not. And this is the mecca of basketball where they have played some pretty good basketball. By my record, they're 3-1 straight up. And at this number, that's really all you need in this game. And with the Aggies, this is what? The first time that they met in like 25 years. So who gives a fuck about that? I think that this is a team that has a better fucking head on their shoulder right now. I think that when you look at freaking Texas A&M scoring margin, it's been good. Their freaking field goal percentage has been effective and they've been efficient. What's also been key is that they've been able to freaking balance some explosive offense at times versus some of their opponents in this tournament, and then also maintaining that high quality of defense, which we saw exemplified in their game against Wake Forest. Now, the Aggies have to hold this Washington State team to a very low percentage and a low output from the 3-point line. We know what Mike Flowers and Tyrell Roberts are going to want to do, but it's also important to know that this is a team that has a lot of formidable size. So you do have to be able to win on the glass. You do have to be able to take away those second chance opportunities. And with Abogidi and freaking who else? Who's the guy that's just got back? Mo Gee is back now. You got freaking a 6'10 and 6'11 guy that can do some damage for you and clear out some freaking driving lanes for your undersized guards. It's all about the start for Texas A&M. I think that when Texas A&M has played with the lead, they have been a team that have been competent and capable. And when you look at this trio of guards that they got going on, in addition to the production you're getting from Henry Coleman in the front court, Quentin Jackson, Wade Taylor, Tyrese Radford, all these guys are playing their best basketball at the right time of year. You got to hold your own on the glass against Wazoo. You got to keep the good ball facilitation. And most importantly, you got to keep the turnovers down. Now, the one thing I really like that could play in favor for Texas A&M in a slow game where neither team can see 65 tonight is taking the ball away. And that's where Texas A&M can bring a lot more pressure and effective pressure and pressure that yields turnovers. If they do that tonight, they're winning this game. So Wazoo's had a nice opportunity. Kyle Smith is a great coach. I just think that this is a matchup and a defense on the other side that they don't have an answer for.
This could be tough because there was stretches, earlier in the year where Washington State was really, really good. Obviously conference play is always tough, Max, to get in there. Even the Pac-12, it's not easy to do. Washington State, was solid. They were a great under team for me all year. Pretty good record too. I think they were 20-13, something like that, maybe even better. I'd have to really check, go back
21 to the under.
Yeah, so they were an under machine. This number's come way down. I missed it. Even at this number, I think it's too close. It's just too sharp now. I'd still lean to this under here at Madison Square Garden. I think the game's close. I love how A&M's played, but Washington State has traveled. This team beat SMU. They beat BYU. I kind of like Wazoo on the other side. I think Flowers is the key, though. I mean, he's got to be big. He can't get into foul trouble, Max. He is their Mamu, their guy in the middle. He needs to bring it. If he's off and shots and the slow play doesn't work, Washington State will lose this game because the guard play for A&M, like you just mentioned, has been very, very good. With Jackson and Radford, they've been excellent as the year's gone down. And a team we bet on, especially me, down the line, A&M just taking care of business. So two good games tonight. Kind of coin flips, obviously. The lines here are 1.5, both these games. So they could be really, really close. I think this one could have a slow pace to it as well. But Washington State been hot shooting it. I'm worried they could be a little, if they get cold, A&M takes advantage and maybe wins here. Kind of a tough one betting wise here for me, but especially since I lost the value on the total. But I lean with if you can get it 2. Or just take Washington State money line. I think they come to play. But shout out to everyone in the chat up in here. Hit the like button for Brian Warner. Great to see you, my banana and grapes. Shout out to Cab, my guy Cab. Great to see you in here, man. I got to meet Cab. He's a freaking huge son of a bitch. I think he's 6'5", tall. I don't know. You have to tell Nikki. Nikki knows everyone's height, so he'll let everyone know exactly. Maybe he measured him. Daryl Turner. Everyone in here, shout out to everyone. Hit that like button for us. We appreciate you. You had to get back. Jake Burns, great to see you, my man. Man. All right, Max, you want to talk a little Final Four here real quick? I mean, we are going to get into these games heavy the next few days, but you want to just give a quick little just first thoughts maybe of the games from the other day to get here, and what do you think of these 2 games here in the Final Four?
I thought that it was really interesting to see the progression of Miami's season and how they were constantly counted out and then continued to evolve and develop and become something that is going to make Miami a destination spot on the transfer market. Jim Larinaga, while the team produced and played to the best of their ability, his coaching is what really stood out to me. His understanding of his players' strengths and weaknesses, and being able to capitalize with a good offensive and defensive scheme to suit that. I think that the transfer market is going to be very important for a lot of teams. And I do think that it will increase the amount of parity for one more year before we start to have some of these older 24 to 26-year-old players be out of their eligibility. From a North Carolina standpoint, I did find their composure and their ability to come out early on in that St. Peter's game and really give no indication that St. Pete's had any business in that game was very thrilling, because all the Power 5 people out there that don't enjoy mid-major basketball, that was a big win for them. I think that we finally saw St. Pete's show that they didn't belong. And it's a great story. It's a historic run. It's a run that will be remembered and spoken about for many years. And I'll say this, Connor, Duke and Coach K, he's part of my tribe, and that's the only love I have for this basketball program. But it would be absolutely Cinderella, freaking story, freaking the storied ending of a career for him to win it all. And to get a fourth game between conference freaking rivals of the magnitude that Duke and North Carolina is, you could not written a better fucking story to this. So while we've seen some crazy things with Virginia losing to UMBC, and we've seen all kinds of freaking the Loyola Chicago Cinderella run, it is just that much more impressive to see these two national powerhouses, blue bloods, going up against each other in the Final Four.
Hey, blue blood, basically. I mean, right now, the way Jay Wright and Nova, I mean, to have these four, this is a blue blood Final Four, right? You know, I know North Carolina is 11 seed, but throw that out the window. I mean, even that happened with UCLA last year when they're, you know, you're Kansas, Duke, Nova, Carolina. You're getting really good recruits every year. Real quick on Miami, just played their worst half of basketball probably in over a month, Mag. That just, you know, after such a great first half, nothing can drop. And then they started taking bad shots in there. Kansas just gets on a run, and man, it was just over. I mean, that was just one of those wild second halves of basketball. I think they scored 13 points. Maybe they got a few more at the end there, but it was a beatdown, you know, 49-13, something like that. And St. Peter's, a great run there. You know what I talked about on the show with Babano? I just worried they weren't be able to score, and they didn't there. They can't go on 4-minute stretches and 5-minute stretches against Carolina, and that happened. That was the one thing I was worried about. Can they keep scoring in these games? And they finally, the shots weren't hitting, and defense still kind of hung around, but they got down by 10 or more than that after the first half. It was kind of over. Carolina cruised, even though the second half was better. I do like we're going to dissect these a lot deeper, but just my initial thoughts here. I like how this Kansas team's playing, but now you're going to give me 4.5 with Nova, and I'll wait. I think they're in this game. I love the points there. I thought Duke would open up as about a 2-point favorite. It is a 4. They think revenge is on the mind. And hey, Duke is right now kind of like Kansas, playing their best basketball and their defense. You know what I mean, Max? Especially ratcheting up in the second half of these games where that's what I thought could not get them to win a national championship, were both these teams' defense, especially on, a neutral floor or away. They would just get, but they've ratcheted up and played well where the spotlight's been on. While I think Duke's had a lot of calls, I still haven't looked the box score up, but all I know is Duke was in the bonus very early there in the first half, and then even the second half, shooting a ton of free throws against Arkansas, and Arkansas just got ice cold. So losing in that one, and the total landed right on it, or you lost. So in that one, and shout out to my guy, Star Child in here, that Miami game. He said, yeah, it's going to go over. And the other day stayed way under, my man. I hope you rethought of that one. But everyone else, shout out to the chat. What do you think of those games, real quick, Max? Just a quick thought. The Nova, Kansas, the lines. What do you think? Totals. Hit me with it.
Right now, I think that both games are better to take
Yeah,
favorites
I agree.
early, dogs late. And I
Yep.
think that the better value is going to be live betting it. What I will be doing in both games is taking first half unders. I don't know why I'm
Mm,
going to get off that train. It just seems like a simple thing. Unless I'm seeing a line that should be freaking 4 points higher or 4 points lower than it is, this is where the books have been the weakest. We've seen the extended of games. We've seen tournament lives want to not end, and that has equated to scoring. So I think that that's the best way to approach it. Listen, with Kansas, Remy Martin is the reason why they're here right now. I hate to fucking
yeah.
trivialize the rest of the team's efforts, but without him and his vocalization, it has been impressive to watch his development in that Jayhawk uniform. And you know what?
Yeah.
They would be definitely earning and deserving if they got to the final game. I just think that Villanova, even though they're coached by a guy that uses animal sperm as his hair gel, I just don't think that this is a Villanova team that is going to be stopped, regardless of missing players or who's there right now. It's next man up, and they got Archie Diacono on the roster. So I'd watch the fuck out for
Mm-hmm.
those Villanova Wildcats. And as a UConn fan, Connor, it's at the
That
point of the
pains you.
season where you choose your conference and you ride with your conference,
Yeah.
even if you hate those motherfuckers. And I hate Villanova, but I'm riding with Villanova, baby.
I agree with you. I love their style. Hey, I was catching a lot of flack as a lot of our guys in San Antonio were on Houston, and I got to respect them because they took that Arizona team was. But I kept thinking back. Well, there's been freshman teams that dominated. That Kentucky team did, but they were 350, I think, in the country. That's how young they were. Just didn't have, and Mike Nut Flush Allen, our guy goes, it was 75-25. He thought it was all red, but he thought Houston there and that the crowd would travel. But I thought Nova's defense would just clamp down with that under. And I thought that game would be a pick 'em, Max, or -1 Nova. And to see them by the end get to a 3.5 even by game time at a few spots that moved to 3. I mean, I had to take Nova in that spot. And I think if you're going to get more here, I think their defense comes to play, and that keeps them in the game. And what the biggest thing I always bring up, they hit the 3-point shot, and you got the best free throw shooters in the country. So that's a big deal at the end of games. But you mentioned Remy Martin. Shout out to my guy Cab Babano. We were talking about it. He's been the difference. You just hit on it, Max. He has been huge for Kansas. If he can give you 15 to 20 like he's been doing, it just seems like, yeah, him and Bill Self, they figured out all the problems. He was in and out and COVID and all these suspension. You know what I mean? That now he's playing his best basketball at the right time, and it's working real well for Kansas. And they might not be able to be stopped, but I think they're getting a little too much love there in that one. Great work, Max. It's great to be back with you. We got no producer today. No big deal. Big Show might not be feeling well, so commercials. You know what to do. Go to mybookie.ag, hit promo code Pub Sports. They'll match you if you use the Bitcoin with 1,000. Go to manscaped.com, hit promo code Pub Sports, get the Lawnmower 4.0, get all the good shit there. We love Manscaped, great product. And Southtown 101. I was just there. Great food, man. The burgers are great. Everything, chicken sandwiches, all the shit. Great food there. The booze, excellent hospitality too, down there at Southtown 1 in San Antonio. If you're in the area, go there and get a drink. Tell them it's on Conor Mac. They better know what to do. But shout out to everyone else.
Honey mustard? Were they serving honey mustard with the chicken? What was going on? Don't lie to me. Just tell me the truth.
I don't think there was honey. Actually, I didn't get the chicken fingers. I didn't actually get that. I had a chicken sandwich, grilled chicken, but and I had a burger. But that's a question. Maybe if Nikki's in the chat, a few people had the chicken tenders there, but I don't know if there was honey mustard. That's a very good question. I did not find that out, Max. God damn it! Why didn't you put me on the case?
Lie to me, damn it! Lie to me. Tell me that they weren't dipping.
All right,
in
I didn't see
mustard.
any. I didn't see any. So
Good,
I think you're clear for now. When someone comes forward, you're clear. No honey mustard was in my sight. at all.
I may have a fucking rotting piece of trout fish that I will slap somebody in the face with. Okay? Fish slap.
All right. Fish slap, bitch slap to the face. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Hit the like for us. Thanks for joining us. It's been a little weird with the schedule, but we're going to go, even though we have one game, and we can dig even more and more to the Final Four, pop on here for the next few days, Max, and go through it. So we should be good. Anything changes, we'll put anything on Twitter. But Brad Hunt, good to see you. Know something. 17-7 memorabilia, JP's, Daryl Turner. Shout out to all you guys. Hit the like button. Eric, what's up? Good to see you up in here. Shout out to everyone. Hit the like button for us. And like I said, I did to do the commercials. So Max, what are you betting tonight? Tell me.
Yeah, listen, I'm taking the Bonnies and I'm taking Texas A&M. I'm gonna be on both unders as well, and I'm gonna be on at least the first half under in the Bonnies game. I think that there's gonna be live betting value, Connor. And I'll say this also, if you're in one of those moods that you want to go down a rabbit hole, open up your TikTok app and search for freaking oily skin. It is very disgusting, but also very addictive to watch. I don't know why,
you go down.
but I am very interested in this shit.
You heard it first. He gave you, if you go down it, you might keep you on there for 30 minutes going down and checking those videos out. But that's what my guy's here for. Shout out to you, Max. Yeah, I'm on. I think that Bonnies can get the win. I'm a little scared at Xavier's defense, but I got the 140 but 139.5. There's a few still out there. I'm on the under there. That other game, I just think now I can't give it to you at 132.5, even though I think that's pretty slow paced game. And I'm a little against it. I'm gonna go with Washington State. And I might get my doors blown down, but that would be a smaller bet. But best bet, the under in St. Bonaventure. Xavier for me.
West Coast bias.
Hey,
West Coast bias. Okay?
West Coast bias, baby.
Where's the love for the tomahawk steak? Okay.
Yeah.
What about the plaid shirt and the cowboy hat? Come on.
Hey, I saw a lot of that down there in Texas. But I got to give a shout out to everyone in Texas. Great hospitality. Everyone was great down there in San Antonio, and the guys that are still down there, feel better, do whatever, get some rest, or if not, go out and keep boozing it and having a good time.
Yeah, get some fluid extraction.
Yeah,
extraction. Secure everything.
Get to the strip club. Get everything in. So definitely have a good time while you're down there. Shout out to my guy Big Ragu. Man, there he is. A great time. Just an excellent guy. I can't wait to see him. He'll be in Vegas next month. So shout out to Big Ragu, my guy there. But that'll wrap it up, Max. We're out of here. We will see you tomorrow. Let's chop up the winner of these two games and keep digging into this Final Four. Hopefully the Bonnies.
Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah. I saw the Bonnies, Max. I saw the Bonnies. This is their 7th time in the semifinals. It's like 3rd tied for all time. So St. Bonaventure done well in NIT in the past 3 years. Damon, shout out to you, my guy. Good to see you up in here. All right, everyone, hit that like button on the way out. You know what to do. Get it done. We don't want no honey mustard. I didn't see any, so I think that'll make Max happy, at least for the rest of the day. So shout out to everyone, Pub Sports Radio, NCAA Net Profit. He's a great Maxwell Smart. I'm Conor Mack. We're out of here. I'm losing my voice, but we be pumping! Peace.